Yeah. Hi.
Hello, Shagun. Thank you so much for joining us today in this Samsthiti 100 Meditations in 100 Days. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Ina. Thank you for this warm welcome.
Shagun is joining us all the way from Noida for the benefit of our audience. And Shagun is a past life regression therapist. She's a founder director of Satvatam. It's a spiritual life coaching organization. She's a numerologist, dream analyst, counselor, twin flame healing. She's a Vastu consultant, Akashic reader, magnified crystal healing, spiritual and angel healer. Wow, Shagun, that's a fantastic repertoire of healing modalities you have with you.
Thank you so much, Ina. Just to correct you one single thing that the name of my organization is Satvatma. This is the Center of Spiritual Studies. So I do give workshops and all these studies that I have already done, and I take sessions for. So the name is Satvatma. So just to
Satvatam.
correct.
My apologies. It's a beautiful name, and the meaning is Sat means the real Atma. Is that right?
Yeah, the meaning is the pure soul.
The
So
pure soul.
basically, the journey is to become that pure soul, what we already are, but somewhere we have forgotten, or maybe we have taken the cloth in the form of human body, which is not pure, of course, right? Which is full of karma and all. So we call it a karmic shield. So journey is basically to leave this shield here and to become the same pure soul that we already are from our very origination, and just to return home. So my whole idea of opening this thing is this.
How wonderful. This is actually why we are born in this life on this earth, is to purify all our karmic debts and to go back to our origin as a pure soul, right?
True.
And you are helping people with this journey, and it is such a blessing to be able to help people on this journey. So
Very true.
congratulations,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Shagun, I would like to know a bit more about this flower of life. I've never heard about this flower of life concept, what it means, and if you could just elaborate a little bit.
See, flower of life is basically, you can say, this is the origination of life. This particular symbol that represent origination of life. I would like to show you a picture that I have. So this is how, if I take a square photograph of this, so this will have a full, flower of life. So if you can just see, right?
Yes, yes, we can see.
Yeah.
There's a little bit light shining on it, but it's okay. We can figure it out. Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. So if you just pay a little notice here that these are the dots here. These are the dots which joins the circles. Okay, and then this is basically a shape that in the form of star, or this shape. This is basically another sacred geometry that we have from the universe, right? And this flower of life basically contains all the sacred geometries of universe, right? This holds the blueprint of the whole universe. This flower of life represents oneness, right? So I'll give you more concept on this. So when life started, the origination of life, the creation, when it happened, right? So it got formed with these seven circles. Seven circle represent the 7 days of creation, right? And after that it came the egg of life, right? So this again contains more six circles, in the sacred geometry. And then after that it came more another six, so that means 7 plus 6 plus 6, so 7 plus 12. Then the whole flower of life, it has a 19 circles, which which has a equidistance, and it penetrates each other in a equidistance, and then it gives us a shape of a flower. So this 19 also represent 1, because in numerology if we see, so 19 becomes 10 becomes 1, right? So one number represents oneness. So this reminds us oneness, the unity. And this particular sacred geometry holds whole, like history of our origination. So this is the first seed, the first point from where we all have originated. So it has our blueprint, our chromosome, our sacred geometry that we hold, as in the form of light, whether it is you, me, or anybody else in this world. This is the thing that holds everything. When it holds the blueprint of the universe, so obviously it holds the blueprint of ours, our origination as well. So when we meditate on this particular sacred geometry, it not only the one concept that it gives us, but it gives us in a lot more other sacred geometry also. It gives us platonic solids, it gives us Metatron's cube, it gives us Merkaba. So these are the all other sacred geometry that we individually use. But this flower of life has all the geometries, sacred geometries within it. So this becomes automatically powerful because this represents oneness.
Wow, that is so intriguing. And I have known that the universe, there's a lot of mathematics and there's a lot of geometry and there's a lot of formulas and figures where the evolution of this universe has come about. But I'm an emotional person, means I work with the emotions of people. So the geometry aspect of it is kind of alien to me. So where did this geometry emerge from? Means you're talking about numbers like 7. I mean, you're giving concrete numbers 7, 19, then 7, 5. So where did these numbers come from?
The numbers and sacred geometry and everything, it is actually coming from a very ancient time in India, or like everywhere, all over the world, if you see. So when you go and read Tree of Life or Markaba or Kabbalah system, you will actually get to know about the numbers and all other sacred geometry. So this is a whole study. There's there's no definite one place or time that I can give you that, okay, from here you can get the concrete number. But no, it has been given in all the Hindu scriptures also, from Vedic scriptures, you say, from Egypt, from Spain. So like I have, like if you search on YouTube also about flower of life, you will get a whole video about this, that how this form of sacred geometry came into existence, how this appeared and who actually brought this into the notice. So there's, I'm forgetting the name, the first name, but the last name is Melchizedek. So he was the first one who brought this into our studies and all. And also Leonardo da Vinci was one of the greatest artists, that he also in one of his painting, he brought this flower of life. So wherever you go, you will find this flower of life if you see this image properly. And if you want, I can share this image with you after the session, so that you can share with the with your guest and people who are joining us, so that they can know that how this flower of life looks, and how it is actually very commonly we can find in all our day-to-day life, if you see this.
Oh, that's interesting. Can you give some example of on a day-to-day basis where we can see this flower of life?
See, in our crystals, if you see in our crystals, especially emerald, rubies, quartz crystal, and selenite, you can actually see this geometric cuts, in the crystals. And then some of the fruits also, it has a flower shape, especially apple. If you see, it has very, I think 5 or 6 in numbers, but when you cut in circles, you can actually see the that geometry. In the star fruits also, you can see not the whole, but yes, you can see the symbol. And then when you go and read more about it, no, your consciousness gets so evolved and vast, that you can actually find all these things in your day-to-day life very easily.
Right. It is also intriguing that we are not just talking about the Indian culture or the philosophies in our country, but you're saying that this flower of life and the knowledge of it is a universal knowledge which is found in other countries also.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so did India individually arrive at or discover this flower of life? Then Egypt discovered, then other Kabbalah and all those people, they on their own, did they discover this of life on their own, or was there a collective study, or how did this knowledge pass on?
In both ways you can say, Lina, because obviously there has been a study in this particular topic, and in fact Dr. JJ Hurtak also wrote in his book, and the Tree of Life and all other sorts of books. So why like from if you ask me how I notice this concept, because I'm a magnified healer, and in our this healing modality we have whole spiritual knowledge. It is not just the modality like any other vibrational healing has. So it has a whole spiritual knowledge. We study from the 10 Sephiroth, we study from the whole Kabbalah system. Then so these are the spiritual studies that I'm talking about, right? So from Tree of Life. So in that book, in that particular art subject of healing itself, in the third phase especially, so when we do the light phase healing, we learned about flower of life for the first time there, and we have started exploring more and more about it, and then we got to know that okay, it is not only from India or from particular country, but the study has been going on since ages, and many collective groups worked on this. They study it and then they found it, and all other ancient people, if I the one I named, like Leonardo da Vinci and the Melchizedek. So all other people, all other ascended beings, who have been like ascended now, so they have been studying it, and they brought this thing into a proper Vedic system, in a proper scriptures, they noted it. And if you see some of the temples and good ancient temples, if you see whether it is in India or Egypt or Spain, you will find this particular sacred geometry is there, whether it is somewhere in the front gate or somewhere maybe on the top or somewhere it is there.
Okay, so I am aware that our temples in India are very scientifically designed, and they have this acoustic, and then they're facing in such a manner that the sun rays go into the deity's chambers directly. So they are not constructed just out of the blue. There is a lot of mathematics and a lot of geometry that goes into it. And now discovering or talking about this sacred flower of life, you have created this meditation flower of life. Can
Yes.
you elaborate a bit more about what this meditation is all about and why you have created it?
This is so basically I told you that flower of life is basically oneness, right? And in today's days, how world is suffering, so obviously there's a collective prayer that we need. Okay, so when we become that point of light and we just sit inside the flower of life, just the way we got originated in our very starting point from our origination, not from the karmic births that we have been taking till now, and we are here today, right? So it has been in many years ago. So when we become that point of light and we go inside the flower of life and we become that point, so automatically we are reconnecting with our divine source. Point number one, right? Number two, if I see, I am not only connecting with my own divine self, but also I'm connecting with the universe, right? Because it holds the blueprint of not only our origination but also the blueprint of the universe, and so all other sacred geometrics. So anyway, I am actually activating the whole other sacred geometrics which is within it, within it, this flower of life itself, right? So I am activating more power, I'm giving more wings to myself, and I am no more I am, that I am in my karmic self, but I am that I am in that origination of myself, the divine self. So anyway, I become that powerful. I connect to the ascended beings. I don't need to take names of archangels or angels or masters or whatever. I am whole in myself, right? So there I kind of open that flower of life for myself and for the world, and then I become one with the unity, with that oneness with that universe, with that creator, and then I do this meditation for myself and for others. So automatically I kind of shed my karmic self, first of all, and then I'm able to heal others, protect others and myself in a more powerful way. And of course, when I'm meeting my divine self, so there's no question of who am I, or how I'm going to do, or what power I hold, and how I can heal others and all other stuff.
Oh,
That
that's
ways.
fascinating. It's lovely. So, if you can hold up the image of that flower, and if you can just tell us that you mentioned that we have to sit inside that flower, right? So, if you can just show us where we are supposed to be sitting.
See, so suppose if this is the flower of life,
Yep.
okay, this, just a sec.
Yes, we
Okay,
can
now
see.
it's
We
fine.
can see.
Yeah. So we are sitting somewhere here. We are
Okay.
just the point of origination. Just imagine like that. And then the circles are, forming like this. So 7 circles, one circle, then one circle. So each and every circle is actually penetrating each other and forming this shape, right? So this shape, when it got formed, so that means I'm anyway activating my own energy, right? So I am becoming, or maybe my origination of life got started from here. Okay. And then when it gets to the seed of life or the egg of life, so it forms another 6 circles, okay, surrounding that. And then another 6 circles like this. So somewhere see the geometry that it's getting formed. And when this whole flower of life, the combination of 19 circles, it get forms, it actually, if you see, so somewhere from here to here, it will have our 7 chakras.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
7 chakras it will have, and also the DNA somewhere from here to here, the shape of our DNA, it will get formed here,
Okay.
right? And after that, it will open the whole, sacred geometry of the universe, the blueprint of the universe. So this how we meditate here.
Wow, it's the more meditations I bring forth for my audience, even I'm learning so many different kinds of meditations, and there are so many healing methodologies available which do not need medicine, allopathic medicine. These methodologies are focusing on our inner self, the healing powers which we are born with and which we were never aware of, that we have so many. I mean, who would guess that there is this flower of life within us, and if we sit inside and meditate, it would increase our vibrations and get us connected, heal us, as well as get us connected with those around us, right to the moment of origin
Yes,
of this Brahmand, you can say,
yes, very
right?
true.
So, without further ado, I'm quite keen on, eager to start off with the meditation. What I'm going to do is, just a moment, in the chat, um, in the chat, this is the link to meditation for flower of life. I would request our participants to click on it, and first of all just subscribe to the channel, so that this recording, when I upload it on YouTube, you will have direct access to it, and you will also be able to access the meditation whenever and wherever you want, from anywhere in the world. um, Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to share the screen. If you'll just give me a moment to find out where the meditation is. Yes, I will share screen. And all of us can do the meditation right now, with the intention of healing ourselves as well as healing the world around us. And I would suggest to keep that flower of life, that image which Shagun showed us, in front of our eyes, and you know where you have to sit in the center over there, in maybe in a lotus posture or a yogic, closed. What was I saying? Your legs, and then you start the meditation. Okay, let us begin.
Hello, dear ones. This is your guide and friend, Shagun. And today I'm presenting meditation for protection and healing. This meditation is one of the most powerful meditations, as we are going to meditate on the flower of life. This will help us to restore our life force energy in its purest form. Flower of life is said to be the most sacred fractal pattern in the universe, which allows us to access the ancient memory and knowledge which is stored in our cellular memory. This symbol represents the cycle of creation. We all have our universal memory of peace, love, and well-being, which is there in the flower of life. And we all have access to this original pattern all the time. We just need to connect with our positive and loving intention to this beautiful universal pattern. Let's begin meditation. Sit in a very comfortable position and start breathing naturally. Allow yourself to become present in your body with your complete awareness. Feel your breath. As you take the breath in, inhale the beautiful life force energy. Allow this energy to reach each and every cell of your body and feel as if this beautiful energy is clearing all the blockages, tiredness, heaviness from your body. With each exhalation that you do. So breathe in the beautiful life force energy and allow this Pran Shakti to go pass through all the chakras of yours, through the system, and as if it is reaching all over in your body, clearing all the blockages, pulling out the blocked, unwanted energy. And with your exhalation, it is coming out of your body. So breathe in and breathe out. Let me count 1 to 4. Until I finish 4, just breathe in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very nicely, gently allow the breath to work inside. And very slowly, with the count of 4, allow it to release. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Empty yourself completely. Take another deep breath and just allow the process to happen naturally. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And allow the breath to work inside. And breathe out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Empty yourself completely. Allow this process to happen naturally and in rhythm with the universe. Feel the calmness, the stillness in you. Mind is calm, your body is calm. Your body is not moving anymore. You are sitting so comfortably. With your feet so light, so complete. Life force energy, the Pran Shakti, fills you with light, with love, with peace. And at this time, when you are still and in alignment with the divine energy, want you to visualize the flower of life which is appearing as a geometrical figure composed of multiple, evenly spaced, overlapping circles, which gives an appearance of a flower. Visualize this geometrical figure which is composed of multiple evenly spaced, overlapping circles and appearing as a flower. This flower is of white color at this time. It has covered the whole aura of yours. As if you are sitting in the ball of flower, like a small house, a beautiful space inside, and from outside it has a structure of a flower. Visualize this flower in white color, beautiful color of protection. As you sit inside comfortably, the flower of life, as this has covered the whole aura of yours, you are completely safe inside. This is the place of your divine origin. You are completely safe inside. You can assure yourself sitting inside in the flower of life within this beautiful protective white energy that it is always safe. For you to sit inside in the unitedness with your divine self. You can visualize yourself or feel glowing in the beautiful white energy which is there all around you, covering your aura. It is like a shield, like a cocoon, or like a white ball. Visualize or feel as it comes. This energy protects you from all the harmful or negative thoughts, intentions of others. Any kind of entity. All kinds of negative energies. illnesses, or anything which does not serve your highest good. Feel yourself completely protected and safe. Bring this energy within and allow your physical body to accept the statement that you are safe and protected all the time. Allow this beautiful energy to integrate in your heart and also in all the chakras of yours, and let your body accept it completely. Allow this beautiful white energy which is coming out from the flower of life to purify and balance each and every part of your body and chakra system if it requires. Allow this purification to happen. Bring your focus to that part of your body or chakra where you feel heaviness. And allow yourself to move towards healing of that space. As this beautiful white energy from the flower of life purifies the very part of that area in your body or in your system where you're feeling heaviness or where your attention is going. Just feel the purification is happening as if that energy is melting with this beautiful white energy. And it is coming out of your system through your physical body, and it is leaving your physical body now, traveling through your aura and completely out of the flower of life. And at this time, activate your heart chakra and visualize the beautiful pink light is emerging from your heart chakra. And as this happens, the flower of life turns into beautiful pink light. Which is a symbol of love, peace and healing. Allow this beautiful pink light to make another shield all around you, hence giving you more protection and also the power of healing. Now send this beautiful pink light to that part of your body or in the chakra system where you felt a blockage or heaviness. Where this white light purified, seal that area with the pure intention of healing and love, and integrate the energy of love in that area. Take a deep breath here and feel the beautiful life force energy. Energy of healing. Feel, visualize. How does it feel? How your chakras are responding to you now. Just feel all the chakras of yours. You can even visualize the movement of your chakras. If you feel that any part of your body or chakra is still looking for healing, or you find them heavy or full of blockages, repeat the process. And always remember that in this flower of life is not just a geometrical shape, but it is a blessing from our masters, from our spirit guides, and all the beings of higher dimension. The presence of flower of life itself is a presence of all the masters as well. So trust the process and allow the healing to happen. Take another few deep breaths. And allow the beautiful protective and healing energies to integrate through your chakras. That whenever you need healing, whenever your body demands healing or special attention, you can simply activate the flower of life and protect yourself or heal. Feeling good, healed, and protected completely. Now very slowly, your hands at your heart chakra and place it on it. Feel the energy in your heart chakra at this time and visualize the this flower of life is reuniting within, along with the beautiful white energy and pink energy. And just glow in a beautiful pink light. And now you can feel yourself, the new you. How your chakras have got rejuvenation. Hear your body. Listen to it. And whenever you feel to repeat this meditation, you can do so. When you're ready, you can very slowly open your eyes. Take a deep breath. Have a very nice smile on your face. And just have a sip of water if you want to. And feel the new breath, new Pran Shakti. Be good and stay healthy. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to serve you and the universe. Love and light.
Wow, that was fantastic. That was really something.
I hope you could work some of your problems if you were facing earlier. And I believe that now, I think now onwards, you won't be facing anything.
Wow. I felt the energy flow from my Muladhara chakra and my heart chakra and my whole body. There was so much release of energy that it was incredible. It was just an incredible experience for me.
Thank you, dear. See, on a daily basis, if you want to work on yourself or on others, you can first cleanse your chakras and then whoever you want to work on, you can work.
Right.
Yeah. So first you have to cleanse yourself, then balance, bring that balance in your, alignment, like the chakras, come in your own alignment. And then you can visualize the other person whom you want to heal in the same way, the way you have healed yourself.
Right.
And then you can check with the other person whether they have got healed or not, because when you do this, I have actually researched on it, I have done on myself and others. So when I was creating this meditation, so I actually did with my client when I did this healing with them, and they actually got connected at the same time when I was doing this meditation.
Oh, wow.
So that's the reason I said that if you are healing on, you're trying to heal somebody, so you just ask them after the healing that how did they feel, or did they got connected with you, and this will happen for sure, because this is about oneness. So whenever you connect with the universe, like the soul has to recognize you.
So that person does not have to be in front of you.
No. Not necessarily.
They can be at their own place. Like today, we are at different places, but still, at least I'm feeling very refreshed and energized. And I would now invite our other guests to say a few words about their meditation. How was your experience? Who would anybody like to share? Ajay ji, Geeta?
It
I
was
should.
nice, though. Sorry, though I did not quite feel all that you felt, but it's always an enjoyable experience, and it feels very nice and peaceful.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when we've had like such a long week and tomorrow a new week is going to begin, how doing this kind of a meditation is refreshing. It kind of, clears off the backlog of the last week and prepares us to take on the coming week, right? Okay. So, thank you very much. I hope you have, subscribed to
I
my
shall. Hello.
channel. Yes, Ajay ji.
Hello.
हाँ जी बोलिए. Go ahead, Mr. Ajay. We can hear you. Mr. Ajay, Acharya ji. Okay. Maybe you can send email me your comments, your experience about how this meditation has been all about for you. And next week also, I'm coming with a very amazing meditation, and you are all going to enjoy it very much. At the outset, I would like to thank Shagun Singh for your time and introducing us to this beautiful concept of flower of life and elaborating a bit about it and helping us go through with this meditation. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. My pleasure.
Thank you. And to the rest of you, and now I'm going to